Hmm. I wonder if I mean I'm going to need to bring my router. First, let's do a sound check. Sound check. Oh, I guess. Oh, we gotta talk about that because I knew it. 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 Hey, what is all that? Okay. Let's see. What did I miss? Well, first of all, oh, what did I do? Okay. Let's see. Is the phone upside down? I do. I don't. I do. Oh, okay. So this is. Boy, the thing about moving is once you move, it's like you gotta test out everything again to make sure everything is working. The mic is lit, so let's try it. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. I just need to make sure that we got audio, y'all. Oh, we got audio. Matter of fact, a little bit too much. Mic check, mic check. Okay. I think I turned it down a little bit. So if it's too low, y'all let me know. Hey y'all, hey. So I don't know when you're gonna see this. But I miss y'all. I miss y'all. I have been here, but not here. Okay. So I've been moving. Um, thought I had my household. Didn't. But starting over is not for the weak. And that is no LOL. Real talk. Meanwhile, I've been keeping my eye on everything that's going on. Um, but I kind of had to take a minute to kind of regroup. And like I said, right now, what I'm doing more than anything is I just wanted to pop on and say hi and see what I missed because I swear to God, it's like every time I pop back online, I feel like, well, god dang, well, god dang, this happened. And I'm used to talking to y'all about it. So because I've been a little bit MIA moving, and when I tell you moving, y'all, I'm not joking. Like if you look over here, look, look. Still unpacking, still unpacking. Boxes, wig heads, all kind of stuff going on in the background, right? But the good thing is we're almost there. Okay. And when I say we, I mean me and Brooklyn, because like I said, starting over is not for the weak, but me and Brooklyn have done it. And I am excited. Like we literally literally. Y'all, like I said, still unpacking boxes. Like, I don't even have all the furniture in here yet. Like, we literally just moved. So I'm just plugging up everything and hopefully there's no technical difficulties as far as I can tell. Everything seems to be okay. Um, if something is not, then y'all gotta let me know. Okay. Okay. Um, what I did want to try to do, and I don't know if it's gonna work because hold on. I don't know if it's gonna work, y'all, because number one, um, hold on. I don't know if it's gonna work because number one, I don't have the other stand. I thought I brought that light. See what I mean? See what I mean about when you don't have everything because you just moved. And honestly, I didn't even have the freaking thing for. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Oh, y'all, wait. Okay. All right. We came from nothing. So, we could find a way to find a way. Right. So, look, I don't have the whole piece for this ring light. Right. But, but I do have enough to hold it. And what I'm trying, well, hold the phone, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. And then what I'm trying to do is I am attempting to um simulcast, multi-stream, all of that the bootleg way. Mhm. So as we get everything back set up, I just want to kind of make sure that everything is working on all points. And we got to catch up because what did I miss? Oh my god. Y'all, everything in the world is going on. I swear to God, like it's no way and no reason to even try to keep up with topics in real time. Like we just gotta talk about it. All right. Let's see if I can get Facebook on here, y'all. Hold on. All right, now y'all don't laugh at my ghetto setup I'm about to do. Cause you about to see the wig head. I told y'all. See, this what happened when you still in the process of moving, y'all. Ladies, you know what this is. Don't ignore this, okay? This is just lace tint spray. Lace tint spray. Lace tint spray. So this is what I was talking about. I have the clip right here. However, let's see. Y'all, are we gonna be able to get this to work? Oh, we so ghetto. We so ghetto but so crafty at the same time. Let me see. Uh okay, wait. Oh, okay. The mirror, the mirror. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, what's this still look blurry? Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, this seemed like a good idea in theory, but I don't know. Oh shit. You can't turn your phone while recording. Okay, well turn back. Y'all, this seemed like a good idea in theory. Well, Facebook, this might not work. Anyway, y'all just gonna have to. Hey, sister, y'all just gonna have to like, share, and subscribe on Radio-Muva on YouTube because oh Lord, child. And then what I don't want to do is I don't want it to. All right, y'all. So we're gonna have to. Sorry, Facebook. I tried, but let's slide the wig head over. What I was trying to do, y'all, is so if you look, I had the the ring light in the wig head, trying to make ignore it. It's neither here nor there. Anyway, how y'all doing? So getting back. is gonna be a process. Um, a lot has happened, but we'll talk about me later. Right now, I want to talk about everything that's going on in the news, okay? And I gotta start with this first because this story is really bothering me. Okay. Have y'all seen this story about this David guy? And I'm saying David because who is going to try to pronounce a name with a number in it? Elon Musk did that mess. I don't know why. His name is like D4VD or something like that. Anyway, y'all, he like a singer, eclectic R&B, Frank Ocean type artist ish. Well, anyway, so I know you probably heard part of the story if you haven't heard all of it. So, long story short, there's been a lot of people covering it, a whole lot more detail than me, but we'll catch up on it. But anyway, they found the you heard about the 14-year-old girl they found in the front of a Tesla. Her name was Celeste, and we don't know if David killed her, but we don't know that David didn't kill her. Okay, because if she's found in David's car in front of the house that David rent, but David's on tour. Y'all, listen, it's a lot. Okay, so I want to see if I can give y'all. You know who's been? Oh, we're gonna make this. Hold on, let me share my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Wait, let me share my screen. Okay, share screen. All right, here we go. So TMZ has also been doing a great job. Matter of fact, y'all, TMZ actually broke the story. Okay, so shout out to Harvey and the whole team over at TMZ. Speaking of Harvey, and this has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Did y'all know that Harvey is 75 years old? Y'all, Harvey, the owner of TMZ, 75 years old. Wow. I mean, usually I'd be like, black don't crack. Harvey ain't black and Harvey ain't cracking. But that could be that Hollywood milk. So shout out to Harvey. Okay, all this extra stuff, we don't want to see this. All right. I tell you what I will do. Let's Google. Um. Oh. This is what we'll do, y'all. All right. So timeline and update of David. Let's say murder case. I guess. Wow, y'all. Wow. So if you haven't been keeping up with it, this is crazy, man. It's really hard to talk about because, especially, I mean, any parent know what I'm talking about, but especially if you got a daughter, or a niece, or I mean, really, we here just gotta go. Sorry, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but okay, let's just do this. Let's get back focused. So, it's really hard to talk about because you know it's like every time we talk about the story, it doesn't seem real. Like it seemed like something out of a movie, but it is very much real. And um, it's a lot going on, y'all, with this situation. And this young man, and I say young man because he's 20 years old. He's a young man, but that still doesn't give him the right to groom a child because she, God bless the dead, um, was a child. And if we are to believe the news reports, he had been in some sort of contact with her since 11 or 12, since she was 11 or 12 years old. That is very uncomfortable for me. And apparently they met like on um 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 uh, Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Chat room or Discord, right? Listen, I love Discord. I love a good Discord. I love a good Discord conversation. The good thing about Discord is that you get a chance to get over there and you can, sometimes play music and clips and even movies, y'all, without being copyright stricken because, you're in your private server, quote unquote. Still, it's still owned by Discord, but it's your private server. Um, so apparently this did not just happen. And this is one of the very reasons why my 5-year-old, uh, I don't care when she be telling me about her friends and Roblox and this and that. No, because I feel like there is different ways that people are finding ways for our children, younger and younger, to connect with people who are older, and it's just dangerous. And this is an example of how dangerous it is, y'all. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay. All right, so in April, just a quick timeline. April of last year, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was 13 then. Okay. She was reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California. Fast forward a little over a year later, okay, a year and a half later, September 3rd, 2025, a Tesla registered to the singer David was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. So, they found the car was abandoned. I don't know. It's been conflicting stories on whether or not they smelt, something, and that's why they called for the car to be towed, or if they just called for it to be towed because it was unusually parked in there for a long time, right? All right. So September 8th, a decomposed body, my God, is discovered in the trunk of the impounded Tesla. It was found after tow yard. And this is the employees of the tow yard. So imagine, them walking around. And I have never, praise God, I have never smelt the smell of death outside of, I'm from South Carolina originally. So I have smelled many of dead animals. And to me, that is like the worst. Okay. But from everything that I see and hear, the smell of human remains is something that it is horrifying, literally horrifying. And it's unmistakable and it's so strong, y'all, that it cannot be masked. That's why people, when they be trying to get away with murder, right? And we see this on First 48, all the true crime shows. They be trying to clean it with bleach. They be trying to do all of this, all of that. They cannot get rid of the blood and they can't get rid of the sin. They can't, like, you cannot hide death. It's just the law of the land. Okay. However, these tow yard employees, they're walking around, they're at work, they're like, oh my God, it is something is so like it's just very stink. So they go track down where it's coming from, and it's coming from the Tesla. Okay. So they open the Tesla, and not only is there a dead body in there, but it appears that it had been in there for a long time, as well as dismembered. That poor baby. Oh my God. Whew. That was on September 8th. Okay. Now here's the thing, y'all. When they found her at the tow yard, right? When they found her body, okay, this was literally right after her 15th birthday. That's crazy. That's that is so on September 17th, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner identified the body as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Also on the 17th, LA police execute a search warrant at David's rented home in Hollywood Hills. They seized computer and a whole bunch of other things, right? He has not been arrested yet, but we all got our eyes on this situation. September 19th, in response to the investigation, David cancels the remainder of his world tour. Yeah. Oh, and that part, he was still on tour. Yeah. Somebody calls him on, let's see, September 17th. If we are to believe that David didn't know. Then somebody calls David while he's out on tour, September 17th. Yo, David, yo, oh my God, yo, they told your car. What happened? Bruh, they found a dead body in it, right? Now, even if, according to the police, they could not tell who she was, etc. Okay. But if somebody called me while I'm on tour, and even if they don't know who it is, tell me that my car has been towed and there's been a dead body found in it, I'm sorry. I'm canceling my tour. Okay. Y'all remember that time when Kanye West was on tour, and remember Kim Kardashian, that's when they were married. And remember she got robbed like in Paris or something like that. So remember somebody ran out on stage and told Kanye about Kim getting robbed at gunpoint in Paris. And literally in the middle of the song, Kanye was like, I gotta go, it's my family, right? He dropped the mic and ran off the stage. Okay. He don't know what happened. Okay. Now I get it. He knew who it was his wife, etc. You know, mother of his kids, etc. However, David is 20 years old. How does somebody tell you there's a dead body in your car and you go back to finish your show on stage and say, okay, bro, just call me if they say anything else? Red flag number 28, I guess that would be, because there's a lot of red flags. All right. Then, like I said, on September 19th, he finally canceled the remainder of his tour. Then on the 23rd, they finally released the baby because she was a baby. Released her remains back to her family for funeral services. Um, and I don't know why this make news, but I guess because of the whole involvement. So on September 25th, what's the date? 26th. So yesterday, he broke his lease, okay, and moved out of the LA home that was searched by police. And I mean, y'all, if it sounds like a lot to you just hearing this timeline, imagine what it's like watching the news unfold every day. So I'm gonna do my best from here on out. Mob, I need us to get back in the swing of things so we can figure out what's really going on with this case. This one is bothering me. And it's been so many things around it that has been bothering me too. Like, cloud is a hell of a drug. And did y'all see like the teacher who like was like telling his student, hey, you guys saw the girl that they found her body? Hey, I used to teach her. Like, look at this. Let's share my screen. Hold on. Share this tab and said, all right, so teacher uh tells student about what's his name? D4VD and Celeste. Let me see. This should come up. All right, so check this out, y'all. All right, check this out. This is a former teacher, and here's what he does. Here's what he does. Okay.
Her in my classroom in front of
Stop.
this.
Also, in the process of my move, not only do I not have all my pieces, but I also don't have my speaker. Now, what I'm gonna attempt to do is switch the sound, y'all, to the big screen in front of me so that you guys can hear it not distorted. Because I can't tell how it's coming through. So let's see if we can change the output of the sound. Okay. Let's see. Uh, well, we're gonna try. Okay. 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 We're gonna try. If it doesn't work, then guess what? It worked. Look at God. Look at God. All right, here we go. All right, listen, Cricket, I didn't ask you to pop up. Okay, we busy right now. We're trying to see what's going on with this case. All right, y'all. So you should be able to hear it clearer now. All right, so I got it playing through the monitor in front of me. All right, so here we go.
Poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was
this? We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Okay.
In my classroom.
Okay.
In front of this poster right here.
Okay. Let's
pause. Hold up. I got another one because I got a picture.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm all for a good teachable moment. But nothing about, am I tripping, y'all? Or does it seem like this teacher literally is bragging about this? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Because it seemed like the teacher is bragging, like she was in my class, and then they found her body, and it was like cut up into pieces. Am I tripping? Or did it sound like he was excited? And I'm all for a good teachable moment. I just don't know if that was it. Because I feel like exactly what did happen, it went viral. So, which means, excuse me, y'all. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So, it went viral. And, he told TMZ, hey, he was just trying to teach his students the dangers of meeting someone on social media. I get that. I get that part. That is very important. He's teaching our children. It's very important that you get that message across, because nowadays, more than ever, it is the most dangerous it's ever been. But I don't know. He gives me such a creepy vibe. And it really seemed like, y'all, he was, it really seemed like he was just excited about it. I mean, I've just never seen anyone so excited about what he was talking about. So that's one thing. But like I told you, I wanted to let you guys get a quick, and I'm gonna tell you who. So many people have been doing a good job. Shout out if you don't follow Trap Law Ross. Make sure you follow him. He actually got another page where he does like multiple videos a day, which hopefully we'll get to at some point. Mother Mob. But he has it's like Trap More Ross, like MRE. Give him a follow. Also, News Nation, Ashley Bannerfield's been following this case really closely. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see, 18 hours ago. I'm telling y'all, like, news has been dropping and dropping. Look at this girl, y'all. Look at this baby. His friends said they thought she was a college student.
Telling everyone she's a USC student, she's got to be going out of the house or leaving his presence on a regular basis.
Yeah, these people did not see her driving or ever see her driving his car or anything of the such of the matter. But, she was always with him. So, everything he did in his life, she kind of seemed to follow.
Do we know, Charlie, if these friends had any inkling that
What
that
in
Celeste had
the
actually
R.
moved into
Kelly?
that mansion, that she was full on a resident of that home in the Hollywood Hills with David?
So the people that we spoke with a lot of neighbors in the area, and they don't recall seeing Celeste, or at least don't remember seeing her face.
Y'all,
I
she
know
was
there are reports
hidden
out
in
there saying that
plain
she had
sight,
been living with
y'all.
David.
Hidden in plain sight. R.I.P. to that baby. Love and condolences to the family. I am so sorry. I cannot imagine. David, I'm gonna hold my full thoughts on your involvement in the situation until I get more information that is concrete, because once we get, excuse me, there's going to be one thing that happens in this case, and it's going to crack the whole thing open for us internet sleuths, okay? And it's going to make all the little pieces, all the little videos, all the little social media pieces we've been pulling together make sense. We'll probably have it solved before the cops do. No offense to the LAPD. However, David, just know, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. All right, y'all, I'm about to go run and grab a juice real quick. Y'all watch the rest of this till I get back real quick.
And was at least staying there in the past couple weeks, leading up to when she was discovered.
Did these friends of David ever mention that Celeste talked about her family or her home life, or let on anything about her personal life?
Yeah, so the people that I spoke with didn't know much about her. It doesn't seem like this really came up, at least in like a social gathering or a social scene. No one really questioned much about her background. Like I mentioned, they just knew her as this college student that went to USC. It doesn't look like
Girl
they really
don't look
unpacked that. You
nothing
can just
like
take
no
somebody
college
at their
student,
word
y'all.
when they say things like that.
Did you get the impression that they thought David might actually be involved in this extraordinarily mysterious and tragic death?
So when I spoke to people around him, they were shocked that he was even remotely in, just the same sentence of this grisly, gruesome murder. Just the fact that it was his car that her remains were found in, they were shocked because, they said he appeared to be a very gentle guy, very shy guy, quiet. I also was told that his family is very conservative. They were very much involved in his life. Remember, he's just a 20-year-old, and his family was very much a part of his career from the beginning. And so for him to even be connected in any kind of way, again, he is not a person of interest, but for it just to be his car, they thought was just extremely disturbing and confusing. And just how could...
Check this out. I'm not saying that David did it, because that is a hell of a jacket to put on somebody when the cops have not named him as a person of interest. Right? So we all just gonna Donald Trump pretend like we don't see what we see right in front of our eyes. But okay, whatever. But I will say this, y'all. If he didn't do it, he know who did it. And he know what happened. And we're going to keep our eye on that case, because any moment, y'all, David, tick tock. Forget our commentary. Forget that. Okay. TikTok on that, definitely. But TikTok on a visit from the cops. Because he was helping the cops, y'all. But he stopped cooperating. I'm sorry. The wig head has also got to go. Y'all bear with your girl. We just moving, okay? And then his was crazy. So when I moved the wig head out of YouTube, it's literally on Twitter. I'm sorry, TikTok. Hey, TikTok. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do better. Okay. Me and Brooklyn, who by the way is staying the night with her father tonight. I have not had a Friday to myself in years. Literally, maybe 3 years. And I had all these grand plans, right? I don't even know why though, because I knew I just moved and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna at least be able to get. I'm sorry, I'm trying to move. I'm gonna at least be able to get the house unpacked and stuff set up. And man, listen, I barely got this stuff set up, and I gotta get the new studio area set up, y'all, so we can get back to business. Because we on a mission. The holidays are coming. We got a lot to do. I got a lot to catch y'all up on. But anyway, so Bricky is staying out with her father tonight. And I'm sad, y'all. I'm sad. Now I do miss hanging out with my girls, maybe having drinks on a Friday. So shout out to my girls. We need to make that happen. However, I miss my baby. She'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be back with some Mother and Minnie videos. And if you have kids and you haven't yet, make sure you follow Brooklyn's YouTube channel. Okay, it's Brookie's Playground. All right. TikTok. I got TikTok over here to the left of me on the phone, since we are testing out all of our avenues right now, making sure everything is worked before we start multi-streaming from one thing again. Speaking of TikTok, did y'all see that y'all daddy Donald Trump is back in the news again talking about TikTok? Look at this. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Hold on. All right. This is important because I really feel like we don't maximize TikTok the way we should. Donald Trump TikTok. All right, let's see. All right, so y'all, so he has approved a TikTok deal. So TikTok ain't going nowhere. Wait a minute. Okay. well, listen. And I'm looking at this Trump's TikTok deal payment criticized as shakedown scheme by experts. Y'all, you know what kills me more than anything else, okay? Is how these people be acting fake surprised when Donald Trump do what Donald Trump do. Why did anybody expect anything different? Everything he do is a shakedown. Everything Donald Trump does is a shakedown. And he does it unapologetically. And so for experts to be saying, okay, this is a shakedown, they're saying it because, let me tell you the quick details of the deal. Let's see, extracting payments if the federal government, okay, hold on. No, we don't need that pop up. All right, so what he's trying to do, y'all, the short of the long is have TikTok controlled by a group of U.S. investors, including parts of the algorithm. Fancy for, hey, if you're going to be in my playground, you're going to have to pay to play, but it's going to be my playground, but you still get to stay here. Y'all, it's a mess, okay? But this is not a surprise. This is a multi-billion-dollar deal. Multi-billion-dollar deal. And Trump, and in true Trump fashion, boy, listen, Trump, boy, if you ever wanted to know what the definition of gaslighting is, Trump, if you don't think he gonna make us feel like we ain't seeing what we seeing right in front of our face, So Trump was evasive, saying we're going to be announcing different things, but the U.S. comes out great. Y'all keep forgetting. With people like Trump, as they get older, they do not become nice old men. Y'all ever seen that movie Grumpy Old Men? You ever seen that movie Grumpy Old Men? Imagine how in that movie, how as the old men in the movie, how like they just got meaner and more spiteful and hateful and all that. Yeah, so let's remember, y'all, Trump is getting older. And he already wasn't, the best person. I'm gonna just say it like that because if I don't, he might have YouTube Jimmy Kimmel me. So he's getting older, and so everything that you can imagine that Trump would do, he's not only going to do it, but he's doing it unapologetically. This is somebody doing it like they know this is their last hoorah. Exactly. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think about the TikTok deal? I mean, I'm happy TikTok is not going anywhere. I think it is a great platform. I love what it has done for a lot of people. And like I said, I don't feel like we have maximized our presence on TikTok yet. But I do love TikTok. I love TikTok. I love the whole idea about it. I love the way it works. I love everything about TikTok. Don't quite understand the whole monetization part of it yet, and the whole give me a gift thing, blah blah blah. I don't understand it yet, but we'll get. So anyway, so Donald Trump made y'all think, TikTok was going away, and then per Donald Trump usual, comes in and saves the day and make himself look like the hero. Okay, but in all actuality, Donald Trump is not a hero. Donald Trump is a man, and he bleeds just like you and I bleed. However, Donald Trump is a man who is very sensitive. So much so that, I mean, the things that we used to say and feel confident about, like, oh, I'm protected by my First Amendment right, and things of that nature. Child, you better ask Jimmy Kimmel. What that mean? What that mean? Yeah, I have never been so angry because, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, first of all, the show is hilarious. Okay. I love Jimmy Kimmel. And I mean, he has an off brand sense of humor. But I mean, listen, he always be cracking on Trump. He be cracking on a lot of people. But I don't look at it like I'm gonna take something Jimmy Kimmel says and go out and do some radical movement. I look at it and I laugh. And with the chaos that Donald Trump is causing this world, a laugh ain't hurting nobody. Okay. However, apparently it hurt Donald Trump, and he had them pull Jimmy Kimmel off the air. But I'm happy to say that Jimmy Kimmel is back. Did y'all see his welcome back? We ain't gonna look at it. Look at it. Yeah, yeah. So a bunch of celebrities and everyday people as well, viewers, really, really went out of their way to boycott. I mean, they like canceled their Hulu, ABC, Disney Plus because I mean, listen, y'all, we got to put our foot down somewhere. Okay, like that's why what Stephen A. Smith said. I lost a lot of respect for him because, come on, Stephen A. We got to put our foot down somewhere because if it's Jimmy Kimmel today, Jimmy King tomorrow. Okay, if you know, you know. And welcome back, Jimmy Kimmel. It took a lot of guts for him to say what he said. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. You don't gotta like Charlie Kirk. You don't have to like the views he stood for. You don't have to none of that. But nobody deserves to be assassinated. That is crazy to me. Like, I really pray for our country because our problems are so much bigger than race. Our problems are so much bigger than money. We literally have basic problems, hunger, homelessness, things that are like basic necessities of life. And yet we have the audacity, the unmitigated gall, to think that not only somebody should be able to control that, but also control the media that people consume. Okay. I think that is a scary thought. We do not live in a dictatorship. I do not want to live in a dictatorship, and I hope you don't either. Okay. And if we do not stand up, y'all, it's not going to get better. I'm not saying it's going to get better, but if we don't stand up, it's definitely not going to get better. But at least if we stand up, it won't go farther. Because y'all know this is some BS. Y'all know this is some BS. But even more BS was Stephen Smith's response. So Stephen Smith, who is usually, y'all, the loudest. I mean, listen, a couple months ago, we were on here talking about, look at this first thing that pops up on my screen, right? Look. First thing that pops up on my screen, okay, Stephen A. Smith, president. When we was talking about Stephen A. Smith potentially running for president, right? So, remember all that? Okay, so Stephen A. Smith, and I get it, he is a corporate guy. He understands his place and his words, and he ain't gonna let nothing mess up his money. I get it, right? But I expected more out of Stephen A. Smith. And it really taught me something that I really already knew, but was reminded of. Just because you're the loudest person in the room, don't mean you're strong, don't mean you're right, and don't mean you saying shit. How about that? So let me see. I really want to just his thought. Let's see. I really just want to get to a part of that part. Did this man just, what did he just say? What did he just say? Precipitously? See what I'm saying? That right there, Stephen A. Smith, is why. Because why, Stephen A. Smith? Why? You know who's watching you. Precipitously? What? All right. So I don't think this is the one. I think that it's the one when he first, let me see. I think, here we go. No. Okay, I think this may have been it. Oh, see this, y'all? Jimmy Kimmel Show suspended, and people are mad at me about what I said. I mean, this is a shorter video, so we're gonna breeze through it. Hold on. Hold on, Stephen A. Y'all hear that? Don't get loud and bold now. All right, come on with it. Yeah, because what you said was some BS. It is. It is. So what did you say? But what? Mm-hmm. Sound like you backtracking. Mm-hmm. No, we don't need to hear it. So basically, y'all, let me just let you. I'll just let you know. So basically, what Stephen A. was saying was, listen, y'all better know how to stay in y'all place, like me. And and you know what's crazy? I kind of got this feeling from him when Shannon Sharp, that whole situation, like when he was kind of like, it's almost like he was telling Shannon Sharp, like, hey, bro, you about to get fired. But without saying it, I feel like Stephen A. Smith, I mean, we just talked about the man possibly running for president, y'all. Okay. You know he played politics. The man plays politics. And I feel like Stephen A. Smith is going out of his way to not seem like he is only talking to people of color. He is I just hated the way what he said came off because it literally sounded like, boy, y'all all better remember, stay in your place. Like Donald Trump is master. And it just, Stephen A. Smith, somebody with such a big voice, right? Um, and he's entitled to his opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, just like this is my opinion. Okay. Um, and I want to know your opinion. Let me know your opinion down in the chat, in the comments. I just feel like, you know how when somebody already down, you just gonna kick them while they down. So you're gonna kick them while they down, and didn't your grandma say if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all? Stephen A. Smith, you understand the platform that you are on and how big you have gotten. Hell, you just sounded nothing. Y'all see Sirius XM up in the corner of his screen? It wasn't there a few weeks ago, which means that's another deal. Okay. Congratulations to you, Stephen A. Smith, and a media landscape that is changing rapidly. What you are doing is hats off to you. But with whom much is given, much is required. And what just transpired, since you want to use those terms, I'm not using it, whatever beyond the SAT word you use, precipitously. But since you want to use the word transpired, what transpired, like you said, between the president and Jimmy Kimmel is embarrassing. Okay. It's embarrassing for Americans, no matter what color you are. Um, Nobody, even if you do not agree or did not agree, once again, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I did not follow him. I I don't get into that type of rhetoric. There it is, right? So even if you don't agree with the things that he said or his views, okay, nobody deserves to be murdered, okay, and assassinated. God, that was god awful. And I didn't for 1 second think that what Jimmy Kimmel said was offensive to that. And I think that what Stephen A. Smith did was add to the gaslighting, because he knows that is not what Jimmy Kimmel meant. He knows that as soon as anything happened, y'all remember the plane crash? What's the first thing they blamed it on? DEI, right? And you know, they immediately start coming out blaming Democrats or the far, what they call the far left, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like they immediately do that before they even know what happened, before they even arrest anybody. Like, it's crazy. And so the fact that is very irresponsible of the president, and it has become a norm. And I can only pray every day that we don't accept the gaslighting that is happening these last 4 years. Well, these next 4 years, however many years left, as the truth, because it's not. And Stephen A. Smith, we know that you could be running for president next term, right? Respect that. However, the fact that you thought it was okay what transpired, in the sense of chastising Jimmy Kimmel, because he basically called out the truth of the inflammatory statements that Donald Trump and his team and the mega crew already was doing. Why is he wrong? Why did he, what place did he need to stay in, Stephen A. Smith? The corporate space, right? Okay. All right. Anyway, bye, Stephen A. Smith. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, do like I said with my baby. Thank you. Goodbye. All right. So, okay, y'all. By the way, so where I live now, I also have new internet. So when we watch this video back, we're gonna see, um supposedly it's stronger. I had Xfinity at the old house, and now I have Verizon. Okay, we gonna see. So, definitely, if y'all see anything happening in real time and lagging, breaking up, etc., please let me know in the chat. I can see your comments over here. All right, we said goodbye to Stephen A. Smith, and there's a couple more things I want to hit on. I know that okay, speaking of people who don't know what to damn say, y'all, first of all, congratulations to Nas. Big ghetto round of applause, please, to Nas. Congratulations, Nas. Nas, y'all, bringing the casino, honey. Listen, y'all been like, dang, Nas ain't dropping no new music. Baby, let me tell you something. Y'all thinking 401k, Nas thinking 401b, as in billion. Look at this. So Nas won the New York City casino battle over Jay-Z. Now, here's the thing, okay? Let's be clear. The only reason people are saying he won it over Jay-Z is because of, y'all remember Ether, okay? Y'all remember the whole battle. Y'all remember their old beef, which, by the way, their beef has been settled a very long time. Here comes somebody being messy. One person said it at, I think, the press release or something. I think it was the mayor. Let me find out who said it, right? And here's the thing, okay, because, Jay-Z lost his bid, right, to bring it into Times Square. Okay, I don't know the full deal. That's New York business, okay? Down south. Love my New Yorkians. However, that is your business, right? Anyway, somehow, some way, because it's clickbait, because it's just a catchier title, I get it. How did they tie the casino back into this man can't even get his flowers, y'all, without them tying it back into him and Jay-Z beef. Y'all don't fall for the bait. The headline is not Nas wins New York City casino battle over Jay-Z decades after famous rap beef. Really? What in the world? So they would want us to believe, okay, that the rap beef is part of the reason that Nas won this casino bid, or that this casino bid, because Nas won, that shows us who ultimately won this rap beef. Child, y'all, listen. Not only is that New York people problem and they business, but baby, that is rich people problem and they business, okay? And the type of money that Jay-Z and Nas is working with is the type of money I pray about every night before I go to sleep. Don't judge me. However, I do not make enough money to care about these type of issues until you start dragging hip hop into it. Because what you're not gonna do is make it seem like hip hop. It would be different if it would be like hip hop, two hip hop giants um uh were bringing in trying to get a casino in New York, and hip hop ultimately won because Nas, got the bid. Like, instead, look what this is. Look what it say, y'all. Look what it say. We don't want no ads. Nas wins New York City casino battle over Jay-Z decades after famous rap beef. What I wanted y'all to see was, look, check this out. Let's see if I can find that video. There was a video. Let me see. Nas wins casino bid. I think it was the mayor, y'all. And I don't know. I don't know if in the different boroughs, do they have mayors of the boroughs? Okay, see how they like defeat Jay-Z. Like, why? You know what? I hope they don't fall for this bait. $1 billion business. Yeah, we're not even gonna get all the way into this. All I'm gonna say is this, okay? Nas did not ether Jay-Z. This entire thing is good for the culture, okay? Yeah, that's what I wanted y'all to hear. Here was the thing. Because why would somebody even, and mind you, isn't Nas signed to Rock Nation, y'all? I think so. Last I heard, right? Hold on, TikTok trying to make me verify. Wait. Okay. All right. Isn't Nas signed? Let me see. Let's see. Is Nas signed? Because didn't Jay-Z sign him to Rock Nation? I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Okay. Okay. No, he's not. Okay. Oh, okay. He signed them to Def Jam. Okay, I just remember. All right. Okay. Anyway, so the part that I was saying, y'all. Hold on. Let's see if this video says. Okay. Well, I thought that was the clip of the person in the meeting. It was so distasteful, y'all. It was so distasteful, but I get it. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But anyway, congratulations to Nas. This is big for hip hop. It's big for the culture. And congratulations to Jay-Z. Are you kidding me? Yeah, come on, man. It's $1 billion hole. Don't stunt on $1 billion hole. Okay, let's not do that. All right. It's a win-win for everybody. I am excited to see how this casino turns out in Queens. Queens, get the money. Dollar dollar bill, y'all. So the casino's going to Queens, but something else could be coming back to New York City right about now if things go right. That would be Diddy, not a casino. Just Mr. Take That, Take That, Take That. Y'all, Diddy's still trying to get out of jail. And listen, I ain't gonna lie. It's been quiet. Y'all ain't heard nothing about Diddy in a minute, right? It's been a little quiet. Almost so quiet, I was about to say, y'all check on Diddy. However, Diddy's lawyers, they're trying to get his, not even just get him out of jail. They're just trying to get the Mann Act charges, the prostitution charges, they're trying to get them overturned. Like he was never guilty at all. And the judge is thinking about it. They thought he would maybe rule today, but obviously, with sentencing date coming up the first week of October, if he didn't rule today, I'm sure he's probably going to rule on Monday. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about this Diddy trial anymore because I am still trying to figure out what exactly is Diddy in jail for. Like, don't tell me it's the Mann Act, it's prostitution, carrying somebody across state lines. Okay. All right. I got it. So in essence, because listen, I'm not condoning anything that Diddy did. However, my God, the embarrassment of him rubbing man milk on his nipples is more punishment than any jail time could ever be. So, with that being said, if he gets those charges vacated, will they retry it? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if getting them vacated means that the judge is going to overturn them with prejudice or without prejudice. I don't even know if that's a thing when you're vacating charges. So we, I guess we're back on Diddy trial watch or Diddy verdict watch, or Diddy sentencing watch. Hell, we on Diddy watch. Okay, something gonna happen because the sentencing was already coming up. Okay, so now we just waiting on something. So we on Diddy watch again. So let's keep our eyes pierced to the street. Yeah, speaking of cases, y'all pray for Ray J. You know, I tried. I've given Ray J. You know how like you got these play cousins in your head? Don't act like it's just me. And it's like you like them by association. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Brandy. I inherited Ray J. Okay. Like what they did, mom and daddy raised 2 kids, got them in the industry, again, inherited Ray J. Okay. But the last couple of years, yeah, Ray J is not well. Okay, and I don't take mental health lightly at all. But if y'all think Ray J is well, then y'all ain't well. Okay? something is going on with Ray J that is the equivalent of unresolved trauma happening right in front of our eyes. Sometimes I think some people at different levels of success, or even before they reach success, um, self sabotage as a soothing mechanism. I really do. Like, I think it's easier to lose. I don't want to say to lose everything because you got to remember Ray J signed that big multi-million dollar, almost $1 billion Raytronics deal, right? I think that if y'all don't think that man was overwhelmed with still trying to be Ray J and trying to do that, and that was a lot. And I think that Ray J, like a lot of people, not just celebrities, self sabotage, and he's self sabotaging right before our eyes. Okay, I think Ray J likes being what everyone is saying about him because it takes him off this pedestal, so to speak. He considers himself like the black sheep of his family, and I think he feels like he can be more of himself by doing the dumb and crazy things that he's doing. And I don't think Ray J's dumb by any means. Let me say that. But I do think Ray J got issues. We all got issues, but Ray J got issues. Ray J got so many issues that he spinning the block on an issue he had a long time ago. Y'all, Ray J said the next Rico is the Kardashian Rico. The Kardashian Rico is coming. The Kardashian Rico is coming. And you know what? If anybody in the world except Ray J said that, I would actually think it's a possibility. I would actually think it's a possibility. But Ray J is, y'all, Ray J, I don't know if Ray J trying to find himself. I know we about the same age. You get, 40 and start getting over 40 and maybe he's having an identity crisis. I don't know. I don't know. I see him now trying to stream and he's just all over the place. Let me tell you something. When I listen to Ray J do an interview, or even read a story about Ray J, it literally makes me want to take an Adderall. Ray J is so all over the place. And now he said that he's about to have the Fed bring a RICO against the Kardashians. Look at this. I can't make this up. Ray J, who clearly we know will say anything, not just for clout, but for clickbait. Remember I told y'all, he is streaming now. Look at this, y'all. Ray J says RICO case against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner is worse than Diddy. What did y'all do to Ray J? Look at them. They both look halfway innocent. So Ray J alleges he's building a RICO case. First of all, Ray J, let's be clear. Ray J, excuse me, you guys, does Ray J, did Ray J become a cop and I not know it? Does Ray J now work for the Feds and I not know it? So I just want to know how Ray J think he is building a RICO. Look at this, y'all.
All right, here we go. So Ray J, in a recent live stream, said he's building a RICO case against his ex-girlfriend Kim Kardashian and her mom, Kris Jenner. He said that this case is going to be worse than the one charged against Diddy. Wow. Now, y'all remember Ray J's stance in his Diddy situation. Remember at first, he went on, I think the news, acting like he was a news anchor or something. He was dumb-ish, he was saying, and just talked about how wrong it was and threw Diddy under the bus. Then he almost got jumped by Diddy's sons at a party. Then they made up, and then Ray J went on an all-out media campaign supporting Diddy. I told y'all Ray J got issues. Meanwhile, Diddy done beat the case. Okay? Everything's quiet. Man just trying to get out of jail. The man is just trying to get this over with and get out of jail. Okay? Carisha wrote a letter. Gina or whatever her name is, wrote a letter. Diddy just trying to get out of jail. He don't need Ray J or Kanye, nobody. We saw how that turned out before. Trying to do anything to put his name back in the mix. But here goes Ray J. Here goes Ray J, who does not know how to read the room and correlates a RICO who Diddy was found not guilty of, still puts Diddy back in the conversation with the RICO, and then spins the block and brings Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner back into it. Well, not back into it, but into it. Here's the thing. I just want to know how Ray J building a RICO. Ray J, you work for them people? I'm asking for a friend. Because how Ray J building the case, y'all? So, in a clip from his recent live stream held by him and Krishan Rock. Oh, shit. There you go right there. Ray J, you need some better friends. Krishan, I love you. I do. I do. I love Krishan. I see what you're battling. Okay. You are a whole nother story. We're gonna talk about you later, okay? But not right now. So right now, Ray J says he's building, he's working with the authorities and building a RICO. He said he's helping the feds build a major RICO case against Kim Kardashian and her mom, Kris Jenner, and says the case is worse than Diddy's. All right, so check this out. Here's the thing, y'all. Okay. If Ray J was working with the feds, okay, to build a quote unquote RICO against Kim Kardashian and her mama, you just tainted the whole case, sir, with all this shenanigans on the live stream. Y'all, Ray J just be talking. Even reading this story alone, talking about putting a RICO on the Kardashians, which, by the way, I would not be surprised. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, if anybody else in the world besides Ray J had said that, I would actually think it could be a possibility of a Kardashian RICO. I really could. However, with what Ray J is saying, and you're gonna tell me his co-host on at the time he said this was Krishan Rock, get out of here. We're not believing this story, okay? Now, I do believe that Ray J will do anything and say, and Ray J will say anything, y'all. He's trying to get his streaming up and going. He's trying to get his network up and going. Ray J got so much going on. He give me a headache. Matter of fact, I think I need an Adderall right now. Even talking about Ray J. Anyway, Ray J, God bless you. Just, I don't even know what to say about Ray J, y'all. I don't even know what to say. I love y'all, man. It just feels good to reconnect. And to get my equipment up and going in the new house. We still not all the way here. Honestly, I'm working my kinks out tonight because I see a lot of the pieces that either still packed up or either still at my old house, because moving out of my old house, shout out to my nephew, Vontae. If it wasn't for him, oh my God, I don't even know. And shout out to my baby daddy. Okay, I give you a lot of grief, especially when you make me mad. Okay, but shout out to you, baby daddy. Okay, for making sure that me and Brookie got this move smooth. Okay, so shout out to my baby daddy. I'm gonna give you your flowers. Okay, that don't mean and that I won't still get on y'all. Okay, because I will. However, shout out to my baby daddy. Okay. All right. Let's see. Did I forget anything before we go? Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do videos on these tomorrow. But I will give them honorable mention because number one, have y'all heard Cardi B's new album? Am I the Drama? Y'all, Cardi album is good. And I ain't gonna lie. It had been a long time, y'all, that I actually wanted to go in a store and physically buy a CD. Sorry, excuse me. Shout out to all the mamas out there, boy. You know, right around 10 o'clock, baby, we start shutting down. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. Until Cardi B album came out last week, I honestly forgot that I could even play a CD in my car. For real. Y'all, and I still think I want to go get it. I have not gotten it, but I want to go get it. But I have been streaming it. Y'all, her album is good. Am I the Drama? She got some dope songs on there. Dope features. And whatever she said on one of them songs, baby, is causing all kind of drama with JT from the City Girls. That came from left field. Like, wait, what? And now they've been back and forth online, calling each other men gay. Like, child, listen. Then that made the dude who had accused Stephon Diggs a couple years ago of trying to SA him pop back up and do an interview on Academic Stream. Shout out to Academic. And I'm just like, y'all, Cardi is pregnant. Relax. Y'all, why? This is a lot. Okay? I'm like, maybe JT's about to drop some new music. Hopefully. Because I hope this ain't no real beef, like where, it's just, I don't feel like Cardi needs it. Like, Cardi has been, what she has been doing, and she's younger than me. So even though she know about this part, I remember the days when everything that she's doing to work her album and work her record as an artist, that was the only thing that you could do. Okay. There was no internet. Okay. You had to go to the record pools. All right. You had to get vinyl pressed up. You had to order tapes. You had to order CDs. All right. You had to print out them inserts. Okay. You had to write on them CDs with markers. You had to stand at the gas station and sell your CD. Listen. Salute to Cardi B. She's taking it back to the old school. And she's actually working a record like it should be worked. Like, I actually feel like it's a real album. And because of that, like I said, it made me want to go in the store and buy it. So shout out to Cardi B. You and JT squashed it. It ain't too late to squash it. It ain't went too far, but please, because I want Cardi to have a successful pregnancy. She about to go on tour. She got a lot of good things happening. Let's keep this copacetic, all right? Because killing beefs right now, no pun intended, is what's up. If you don't believe me, ask Young Thug and YF and Lucci. That's what's up. I'm proud of them boys. I'm proud of them boys. You know, listen, the last couple of weeks, Atlanta was going through it. Atlanta was going through it. Atlanta was going through it. And all I could say was, boy, when Young Thug drops some music, it better be history making, old Young Thug, or it just better be some good music. And I actually like Young Thug's album. The songs that I heard so far, I haven't listened to the whole thing. I'm gonna try to listen to it more this weekend. I also listened to a couple songs off of YF and Lucci album, and they both on each other's album, and they have squashed their beef. And I think more black men should take heed to that, and black women as well. Y'all, squashing beef is what time it is, for real. So salute to them for that, and hopefully that will help heal the industry wounds that Thug left on Atlanta these last couple weeks. Okay. I don't know if Thug learned his lesson because I saw him on another interview, another podcast tonight, the Pivot Podcast. Shout out to them. And when you ask Thug if he learned his lesson, you know how somebody says, yeah, but then they kind of like give you an example of like how you know they learned their lesson. I mean, look at all this that just happened. Of course I learned my lesson. That was Thug's response. Didn't really give me I learned my lesson vibes at all. It gave me I'm realizing that I may be the problem. Okay. But I can't even say that, y'all, because I honestly still feel like Thug has a lot of narcissistic tendencies. I just pray they find a cure for narcissistic personality disorder, because y'all, it is a problem. But Thug really does not think he did anything wrong. And even listening to him tonight, when they asked him about going to therapy, he literally was like, for what? Go to therapy? Why? I even tell my girl, I don't want her to go to therapy because that'll be like a slap in my face. Because why go to therapy to pay somebody to tell them about us when you can't talk to me about us? I was like, oh my God. All I could see was him pulling Mariah the Scientist, which is his girlfriend, across the red carpet at the BET Awards. Y'all remember that? And she was just like, baby, what? Love Mariah the Scientist, by the way. Love her music so far. Really loving what she's doing. And Thug, you literally just embarrassed her. Women, let me give you, I'm gonna give you this for free. Because I don't know if the people in your circle telling you this, but a woman who really loves you can put up with almost anything. Public humiliation and embarrassment is not high up on that list. That's not a good thing. So if she needs therapy or whatever she needs, Thug, shut up and do it. Okay? And your assumptions about therapy as someone who is an avid advocate for therapy, as well as a patient of therapy, as well as someone whose therapy has definitely changed my life for the better. How dare you, continue the narrative about what you think therapy is without going to therapy? I think you should try therapy and then say what you feel. But Mariah the Scientist, girl, if you need to go to therapy to keep from busting the windows out his car, do what you gotta do, boo. Okay? Because you gotta do what you gotta do for you. Okay? And if he love you, he ain't going nowhere. And sometimes it takes the woman taking that extra step to get herself together to inspire the man to do the same. But if he doesn't, just remember, you knew how he was. Okay? That's all. But anyway, check out Young Thug album, Wife and Lucci, Cardi B, and also check out Mariah the Scientist EP. Me and Brooklyn love her song Burning Blue. I gotta do a little video of Brooklyn singing it, y'all. It's so cute. All right, I think I am going to call it a night, y'all. I think this is the perfect way to end the night with some news you absolutely cannot use. Some news that I would have been A-okay if I never got this news, okay? However, across my news feed comes the headline. Let me share this screen. Hold on, because you got to see it to believe it, okay? And like I said, this is absolutely news that you cannot use. However, it is, I don't know if I'm laughing at it or laughing to keep from crying because I did not need this in my life. Y'all remember this? Go, go, Power Rangers. Dun, 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 dun. Go, go, Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Okay, I know I'm showing my age. But you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. This, y'all remember this guy? The black Power Ranger? I remember him looking like that. Well, now he's 54 years old. Okay. And he waited to this big old age to, according to the news report, start a rap career. Y'all, I almost logged off. Because why? Then I say, okay, he dropped a new single. Before I be like that, let me at least try to give it a listen. Okay. Do put him in the same sentence as Eminem because he's from Detroit. Don't do that. They're like, he doesn't have a well-known history in hip-hop, but his sound is polished. Detroit has produced rap giants like Eminem, Big Sean, and Jay Dilla. Why are y'all doing that to this man? Y'all are setting this man up for failure. Y'all setting this man up for failure before we even hear the song. Okay, is this it? I think this is it, y'all. Hold on. Let's go to YouTube to make sure we what's his name? Trey Manuel. This did something to my childhood memories. I'm sorry. Because why? Let's see. And if you haven't yet, y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe to Radio-Muva on YouTube. So wait a minute. Look. So his name is Trey Emmanuel. Oh my God, it popped up. Okay. So y'all ready? Okay. Official music video, Trey Manuel. Here we go. Okay. Y'all. Okay. 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 I know what y'all thinking. I know what y'all saying. I know what you're saying. TNG. I mean, he ain't that bad, right? We heard worse, right? Okay. I almost thought that too. Then I went back to my YouTube search and I saw Trey Manuel's first song, right? Check this out. Okay. y'all. Uh, y'all. Um, okay. Uh, Now, usually I'm all for people following their dreams. Okay. I'm all for people following their dreams. I am an advocate, but who gonna tell them? Who gonna tell them, y'all? I would rather watch Power Ranger reruns than listen to either one of these songs. And I don't even know which one to take serious. How dare you all hiphop.com? Who wrote that article? How y'all gonna put that man, mention that man in the same name as Eminem? And come on, y'all. Come on now. Y'all.
You make me wanna dance, dance, dance all night long, all night long, all night long.
I just wanna
all night long.
y'all. I'm just saying, man.
All
Listen.
night long. Your body set the vibe. You got me hypnotized. I'm swimming in your eyes.
Okay. All right. I told y'all it was absolutely some news that you couldn't use. Okay. And there you go. Taking you out on this lovely Friday night. Then one of the new singles from the Black Power Ranger. Ladies and gentlemen, right now on WRADIOMUVA, brand new music from the Black Power Ranger. It's called Dance. Make sure you call up and request this one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting sleepy, but good night. I love y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Take a dive.
And if you don't,
It's a celebration. Let's keep it elevated.
I'm gonna play this song. It's your birthday party.
When we get like this, I just wanna dance.
And who's on his
Sun come up.
shoes with that outfit? What does he got on?
All night long.
I just don't like it.
Sun come up.
I just don't like it.
I love to see you dance.
Good night, y'all.
Dance. Lose yourself in dance.